that, what that looks like and why. If she could put her information in the chat box, that'd be great.
And there's someone still waiting to get in.
Hi,
so
everybody.
I think, yes. I think we're on Facebook Live now. This meeting is going live.
I don't see no one waiting.
Okay, I think they're in. Let me see. There was Rosemary. She's in, and the other young lady's in.
Okay.
So good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you. So it is 6:30. We'll go ahead and get started because we have a full agenda today. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patricia Rump. I'm your president of the Pine Hills Community Council, and I see we have several other board members here with us today. We got our first vice president, Noah Martin, joining us. Got our second vice president, Pastor Joey Boston. He's on the line. We got Dr. Nichols on the line. I see she's on the line. Ken, are you still on the line? And we have Myra, she's on the line. Thanks for joining us, Myra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have Ms. Van, who's our treasurer. She's on the line. Thank you, Ms. Van, for joining us. Did I miss any of the other board members here? Okay. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll go ahead and get started. And we'll do this, let me see here. Go ahead and open up with prayer with Pastor Joey. And then we'll do followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pastor Joey.
Let's pray. Well, Lord, we thank you for being so great, so mighty, and so awesome. And we thank you for this opportunity to come and discuss what's going on in our community, how and the betterment of it. And Lord, everything that we do, God, we want your insight and we want your leading and guiding. So even on today, God, I just pray, God, that everything that we do and everything that we say will be pleasing to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor Joey, Pledge of Allegiance.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice
for all.
Thank you. Thank you very much for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. The next, we got a full agenda. After that, we're going to do the welcome. And from the welcome, we will do the approval of the minutes. And then from the approval of the minutes, we'll do the treasury report. So I want to welcome all the board members here tonight, which I've already done, all the members, all of our elected officials, and those that's here and those that are being represented. Again, I saw Miss Arthena. She's here representing our representative, Camille Brown. Thank you for being on the line, Miss Arthena. Is there any other elected official here or the representative here with us today? Okay, and thank you members for Pine Hills Community Council members for being here with us today. Thank you those that's here on Zoom and those that's watching us on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us tonight. We meet every first Tuesday of the month at 6:30. We're happy to have you here. If this is your first time joining us tonight, please go on and put your information in the chat so we can keep you informed of what's going on in the Pine Hills community and all over Orange County. Like I said earlier on my Facebook post, the Pine Hills Community Council meeting helps more than just the Pine Hills resident. We offer resources that help all of Orange County. So that's a benefit for being a part of the council and being on these calls with us on the first Tuesday of each month. Our minutes went out late. Bettina, I don't think she's on the line tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Thank you, Bettina. My mistake. Thank you for being here. Yes, okay. Okay,
yeah, I'm having trouble with the Wi-Fi, but I'm on the phone.
But thank you, Bettina, for joining us. She's our secretary. I was getting a little nervous, like who was going to take these minutes tonight? But, but thank you for being here. For the board members, Did you open up the minutes? I had an opportunity to look over the minutes. Did anyone else have opportunity to review the minutes? I did not see any errors. Did anyone else have opportunity to look at the minutes? Anybody? No? Okay.
I did, Patricia. This is Dr. Nichols. I was trying to take myself off mute.
Okay. Well, can I get a motion to approve the minutes then, since you had an opportunity to make a motion to approve the minutes?
Yes, I motion to approve minutes from the Treasury report.
Second.
Thank you very much. So it's been moved and second that we adopt the minutes from our August General Board meeting. Are there any objections?
No objection.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so the minutes from our August meeting has been approved. So let's move to our treasurer report. Ms. Van, you up. I'm not sure if they can see this or what, but Ms. Van, you are up.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. The Treasury report from the month of August, as you see on the board. We collected $81.88 in dues. And those numbers are odd because of the fees that they do take out, because we use PayPal and we also use Cash App. So they take out their fees, and so that's why the numbers are as they are. So that's all the cash we got in this month was $81.88. As of year to date, we have collected $4,614.92. As we go and look at our expense for this month, we had insurance as our liability insurance for the members on the board, that we have liability insurance. And then we also had a expense of $445.90. For those that have been following us, those are for the coloring books that the education and the literacy committees are launching in the schools. And so that's where that came in.
Very good.
So as of today, our expense for the month was $849.90. For the year, it's been $1,972.60. As you look at it, our operating funds as beginning of August was $6,711 with $81.88 for as a income and $849.90 as a expense. Our total on hand as of 8/31 is $5,943.85. We do have two separate savings accounts. One is with Chase Bank, and we had a 1 cent interest made. And so the balance in our Chase account is $1,625.33 as of August the 31st. And then we have one at SunTrust, which is $7,783.56. And you see that we had a 6 cents interest. And so as of 8/31, we have a total of $783.62. And when we add it all together, our total funds on hand as of 8/31 is $15,352.80. Are there any questions? If not, I turn it back over to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Can I get a motion to adopt our treasury report?
Move we adopt the treasurer's report.
Is that second?
Seconded.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So are there any discussions? No discussion. So our treasury report has been approved. Thank you very much, Ms. Van, for that thorough treasury report. And so moving right along the agenda, thank you. Just a quick president report. I'm gonna kick off with asking you to, those that's on the line, if you're not a council member, please go to our website at pinehills.info and become a member of the Pine Hills Community Council. There is a work that we could do together in this community to get it in the position that all of us would like to see Pine Hills in this area. The membership, to become a member of a council is a very minimal to me. If you're a student, age 18 and younger, is only $5 a year. If you're a senior, 62 years or older, it's $15 a year. You're a full adult, it's under 62, it's $20 a year. And then we have other membership entry fee for agencies of $50 a year, and that's benefits. And then there's organizations $100 a year, and there's benefits. To know what these benefits are for an agency or a member or a membership at any level, go to our website at pinehills.info. You can see where your money is being spent. Ms. Van gave you a thorough treasury report. So the money is being put directly back into the community. It's put in directly back into the interest of the resident and the business in the Pine Hills area. The members of the council are all volunteers. So we don't even receive a salary for what we're doing. We're just dedicated and concerned about where we live. So that's my pitch for the president report. If you're not a member of the council, please become a member of the council. And for those members that are a member of the council, we are winding down the end of the year. And as we know, as we come to the end of the year, in November, we go through our nomination committee, where we nominate board members to be board members, the president, the vice president, secretary, treasurer, and on down the line to serve as board members for 2022. So I'm encouraging the council members. You are a active KN council member, has been a part of the council for at least 6 months. Please consider being a part of our board. If you're interested, call me, info me, go to our website and send me a note. Go to our email account, and our email is info@pinehills.info. Go to our email and send me an email and say, President Rump, I'm interested in becoming a board member, because we need your ideas to help us navigate through the way that we want to go in 2022. So that's one of my president report. Become a member, and those that are a member, consider to become a board member. And then my other thing, that was it, recruiting board members. So that's my president report for right now. I'm gonna move on to, are there any questions? Noah, could you put in the chat our email address, please, and our website address for those that's live, so they could be able to see our email account, our email address, info@pinehills.info, and our web address, which is pinehills.info. So we'll go into our sheriff report. Do we have anybody from the sheriff department on the line? Do we have Captain Ela or anybody from the sheriff report? Okay. Nobody from the sheriff report is online. So we'll move on to, did I move here too fast? So we're gonna go to our special guest here tonight. Let me get out to stop sharing and go to our special guest. We have two different guests here tonight. We have solid waste with Orange County Solid Waste, Mr. David Gregory. I think he's the manager of Orange County Solid Waste. Thank you for joining us tonight, you and your team. Do I need to? You can unmute yourself, and you have the floor for now, Mr. David Gregory.
Thank you very much for inviting me and offering the Solid Waste Division an opportunity to tell you about some of the programs that we have, how we try to accomplish things, and then also maybe some ways that we can work better together and share some ideas. Is it possible, Ms. Rump, for me to share my screen?
Yes. Noah, I'm gonna give.
Oh, Noah, okay. All right, talk to you later.
Make sure you mute it, please.
Okay, thank you.
Noah, I'm gonna gain access back. Give me back the code. I made you co-host. Release that back to me, please. So I can make David Gregory co-host so he can share his screen. Or can I do two co-hosts? I can. There we go. I made you co-host, David. Sorry about that, Noah. I'm learning each time I do the Zoom. So you're co-host, Dave, so you can be able to share your screen.
Okay, let's hope this works, because
I'm sure. Yes, there we go.
see,
so far, so good.
And then I'm going to do this.
Sound like me.
Can you see the slideshow? And I think
yes, we can. Very good.
Very good. So again, I'm David Gregory. I'm the Solid Waste Division Manager, and I'm joined today by Jacqueline Sessa and Alex Jonas, who are some of our customer service relations folks that I hope will be able to answer any questions that I can't. So I'm going to talk a little bit about solid waste and recycling, tell you about our division, our curbside collection, what we do, some of our challenges and our concerns, and then offer you a chance to ask some questions and answers. I'm going to go pretty fast, so if there's anything that you want me to cover again, let me know. So what is solid waste? Well, solid waste is those things that people want to get rid of, you know, could be garbage, could be reusable or items, or basically it's what gets set at the curb or gets put in a cart. And most solid waste gets sent to the landfill for disposal. We also collect recyclables. And what's recycling? Well, recycling is where they take things that get thrown away and we turn it into new products. And, you know, and then that's what we do with our recycle stuff in the recycling cart, and clean yard waste too. We're able to, it's material that has value and we're able to reuse it again. Oftentimes recycling, you know, if you throw away an aluminum can today, within a month, you'll be drinking out of that aluminum can again. I don't know if you do that. So,
okay.
And then, so we have a couple of different programs we operate. One is our disposal and recycling management program, or our solid waste system, which is the landfill, the transfer stations, and recycling. And we make these available to all Orange County residents and businesses. And then we also have our collection programs, which is the carts and what we collect at the curb from unincorporated, mostly single family residential units in unincorporated parts of Orange County. So, you know, our solid waste disposal portion is the landfill, which is located kind of a little bit in the eastern part of the county. And then we have 3 transfer stations, 2 for garbage, 1 for recycling. You know, there's 2.7 million tons of waste generated in Orange County last year. We manage about 1 million tons of it. And then 1.7 million tons is actually managed by private landfills inside and outside of the county, or private recycling facilities. At our landfill, we have a class 1 or garbage disposal area. We have a class 3 or bulky waste disposal area. That's your couches and carpet and that kind of stuff that's not kitchen scraps, which would be garbage. We also have like a small vehicle area. If you bring your own car out to the landfill, you don't have to go up on the hill to dump. And then we have the recycling facility. We have the household hazardous waste facility, and we process yard waste. About 5,000 acres out here dedicated to solid waste management. We do have the 2 transfer stations, one at our Porter transfer station, which is located on Good Homes Road, right near White Road. And then we also have the McLeod Road transfer station, which is located on McLeod Road. And again, both of these provide convenient places where people can deliver material to drop off so they don't have to drive all the way to the landfill. We provide service to about 230,000 residential households in the unincorporated part of the county. We provide once a week garbage cart collection, once a week recycling cart collection, once a week yard waste collection, and once a week large item collection. The things like businesses, illegal dumping, multifamily residences, and each individual municipality are not part of our collection program. They each have their own separate programs for managing their waste. So for the county's divided into 5 collection zones. What's outlined here in red is our collection zones. And you can see the colors. The colored areas are those areas that are the commission districts, and the white areas are the individual municipalities, again, which are not part of our collection area. So we have 5 different collection zones, and we have 2 we have 1 dedicated collection company in each zone, although 2 of the companies have 2 zones. So our zone 3 is serviced mostly by serviced by advanced disposal or waste management. Zone 1 and Zone 3 is waste management. Zone 2 over here is a company called Waste Pro, and a company called FCC has zones 4 and 5. So we have, different collection methods for each of the different materials. Garbage is collected in either a 65 or 95 gallon green lid cart. Recyclables are collected in a 65 or 96 gallon blue lid cart. Yard waste can be set out at the curb in bags, bundles, or personal cans, and large items are just set at the curbside. And we'll discuss that a little bit more. So garbage, we ask folks, put it in a bag, put it in your green lid cart. And we always ask for folks to have it out by 6 a.m. because the trucks can end up, for a variety of reasons, not always sticking to the same schedule. Could be because of traffic or roadway problems. So they may show up a little bit earlier, a little bit later than you collect, but it's always collected with one of these hydraulic arms that dumps it into the truck. And we ask that people don't mix recyclables or hazardous waste or yard waste with your garbage. Each of those has a separate management system. And then we collect recycling, right, in the blue lid carts. And we ask people, when you're thinking of your recycling, think 5. There's only 5 things that should go into your recycle cart. That's plastic bottles, tubs, and jugs, metal cans, aluminum or steel, glass bottles and jars, cardboard, and we ask people to flatten it, and then paper. Anything else that people put in their cart, we call that wish cycling, because people may think, I got this big auto part that it's metal, it can be recycled. Unfortunately, it can't be recycled in that cart because everything that is collected in the recycling goes to what's called a MRF, a materials recovery facility. And it's a big factory that separates all this material. And it's only designed to process 5 things: bottles, tubs and jugs, metal cans, bottles, cardboard, and paper. Anything else comes out of the back of that plant as waste. I often use as an example a gold necklace, highly valuable, very recyclable, but that machine is not set up to separate it out. So if you put a gold necklace into the recycle cart, it'll just end up in the garbage again. So again, don't recycle your gold necklaces. We also collect yard waste, right? Again, yard waste is only vegetative materials, trees and shrub trimmings only. Does not include, pots or hoses or anything else that's in the yard. It just means the vegetative material. And so that should be, we collect it in bags or a can, or if it's tied into bundles, and it should not be longer than 3 feet or more than 60 pounds. And a limit of 3 cubic yards is collected each week. And what they do is we actually take it out of the container or take it out of the bags at the curb, which makes it so that we can recycle that yard waste. We're actually able to make a nice, clean mulch product that has a lot of uses. So that's why we ask people to, again, don't mix other materials in there. If one of your neighbors happens to put out more than that 3 cubic yard limit, unfortunately, the hauler will only pick up that 3 cubic yards, and then they'll finish up picking up the rest of it, or 3 cubic yards a week, until that material is gone. Similar with large items. Large items are furniture, TVs, mattresses, and up to 4 car tires could be put at the curb. And then we, again, ask people keep them large items separate from the yard waste. And that's small little items, they belong in the garbage cart, not set out with yard waste and or with the bulky items. And similar to the yard waste, if somebody puts out a pile that's bigger than 3 cubic yards, they'll pick it up, but it may take more than 1 week of pickup for them to collect it. We have, customer service field reps, customer service field representatives, or field reps. And I know Jackie has experiences that, and Alex is our lead customer service field rep. And we actually have at least one customer service field rep is assigned to each of those zones. And their job is to make sure that the haulers do their job and pick up what they're supposed to. They also help educate residents on how to set material out so that it will be collected. And chiefly, they're problem solvers. They help connect the solid waste program to what the residents are trying to do. So I know that our folks spend a lot of time speaking with residents, trying to make sure the haulers are doing their job. And so if you ever have any problems, you can call our customer service line with the number here on the screen, or send us an email. And one of our customer service reps will generally follow up with what's going on out there in the field. So what did they tell me are the main problems that they see out there in the community that cause problems? Unfortunately, it could be these low-hanging tree limbs. So, you know, be careful where you set your carts so that it's not under a tree limb, because that hydraulic arm has to pick itself up and dump it into the top of the garbage truck. Another problem can be road closures. This is where I mentioned that, you know, sometimes the hauler doesn't come by every day at the same time because they may encounter a problem on the roadway where they have to alter their route or work a different area. Unfortunately, what we're seeing as a problem is that if folks are double parking, it can block the trucks. And if a truck can't get by, he can't collect the garbage. And we know that sometimes that causes a problem. And then also associated with cars that park in the middle of cul-de-sacs. Those two can block up traffic, so we can't get the trucks through to collect the garbage. Mixing all the material up and just setting out a loose pile. Again, the hauler has certain tools available to them to pick up material. But what we'll try to do with a pile like this is help the resident sort out the material so it's organized such that it can get picked up by the hauler. Oh, going the wrong direction. Another challenge we see is when the carts are too close together, that hydraulic arm can't reach in there to pick up the carts. So we ask again, make sure we keep 3 feet in between the carts. This photo to the right looks pretty good, but they're still a little bit too close to that tree and a little bit too close to each other. So again, a little bit of space really helps the collection truck pick up the material. Stuff that sticks out of the top, unfortunately, when they actuate that arm and it goes to tip into the top of the truck, oftentimes these things sticking up will fall all the way back out on the other side of the truck. And so we ask people, you know, try to cut material down so that it fits inside the garbage cart. Otherwise, set it out for the bulky waste collection. Here's something that many people aren't aware of, and that's we do studies. We look at the incoming material to see what's in the garbage and what's in recycling. And then from there, that helps us problem solve to figure out how to have the best program. Well, you know what? More than 30% of the recyclables we collect are garbage. People are putting garbage in the recycling cart. And unfortunately, 20% of what they put in the garbage is recyclable. And like I said, those recyclables have value. It costs us, you know, again, it costs a lot of money to put waste in the landfill, but we get paid money for what gets in the recycling, depending on the markets, but that's another story. But again, you know, what we want people to do is keep recyclables in the recycle cart and garbage in the garbage cart. So we have implemented what we call our recycling quality improvement program, where we have hired folks to go out and look in those recycle carts and try to see if is it recycling or is it garbage. And what we find is many of the non-recycled materials we find in carts are bags and film plastic. Bags and film plastic, like the wrapping from a package, or the bags that you get from the grocery store. Those are recyclable, but you got to take them back to the grocery store to be recycled. Bag recyclables. Some people like to have their recyclables nice and neat, so they put them in a bag and then put them into the recycling cart. And unfortunately, those get rejected right at the recycling facility every time. We've done studies that show sometimes those bags have recyclables in them when they're in the recycle cart, but most of the time they have garbage. So people are using their recycle carts as their garbage cart. And so the recycling facility doesn't even open the bags, because about 80% of the time those bags hold garbage. So if you're a nice, neat person that wants to put your recyclables in a bag and then put it into your recycling cart, please take that bag out and just keep recyclables in the recycle cart. Again, people putting garbage in there, recycling foam, yard waste, and what we call tanglers, things that are long, stringy things like Christmas lights or extension cords. Those definitely don't belong in the cart because they wrap around the machinery and cause all kinds of trouble for the recycling processing. So again, what we have mailed out to our residents once a year, what the do's and don'ts for recycling. And then when we go and send the teams out that are looking in the carts, if they see the right thing in the cart, they'll leave a great job tag. And if it's not the right stuff, we'll give you an oops tag and try to provide some guidance about what belongs in the recycling cart or what doesn't belong in the recycling cart. And if you put the wrong stuff in the recycling cart two or three times, they won't pick up that cart. So you have to get all the garbage out and put it back into your garbage cart.
Oh, wow.
We go out and we do 5 neighborhoods or 5 routes for 4 weeks at a time. So we're not in every neighborhood all the time, but we do little spot checks 1 month at a time. And we use these oops tags, and we find that they really do. Most people want to recycle, right? And we know that. And it really does help people recycle the right way. Another one of the challenges is what we call household hazardous waste. And that includes paints, pesticides, solvent, and rechargeable batteries. We have and the problem with them, and particularly like the rechargeable batteries, this is a recycling plant. This photo is a recycling plant that caught fire because of those rechargeable batteries. So those rechargeable batteries, they can get crushed in the machinery or otherwise, you know, they can be broken, and there's still a lot of energy in those batteries, even though they won't run, you know, your power tools or whatever. So we ask folks, if you've got paints, pesticides, solvents, or rechargeable batteries, to deliver them to one of our household hazardous waste facilities. We have a household hazardous waste collection facility at the landfill, and that one's open 7 days a week. It's free to residents to deliver material. And we have one at the Porter Transfer Station, again, on Good Homes Road. That one's only open 4 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday. But again, free disposal for your household hazardous waste. Other challenges we face are illegal dumping or dumping on vacant lots, corners, and dead ends. We have been working with code enforcement and neighborhood services on a couple of different issues. And if you have problems like that, you know, they may be outside of our program for solid waste, but the county will help try to clean them up and ask folks to call 311 to investigate, and code enforcement will investigate. Also, if you observe somebody in the act, it's a good idea to call the sheriffs. This is their non-emergency number, and that would be a good thing that you can reach out to the sheriff's office to help deal with those people that are they're causing problems. One last thing I'll leave you with: it is hurricane season, storm season. So I ask anybody that I talk to now, please prepare for your storm now, because if there's a storm coming, that the landfill and transfer station will close before tropical storm force winds are expected, so that collection will be stopped so that people can get home. The last thing we want to do is have an empty tractor trailer driving down the 408 and have it get blown off the road. So we ask people, again, we're going to have to close our facilities so our folks can get home safe. So be prepared before the storm, because there will be no emergency pickup before the storm. So, you know, we ask folks to plan ahead. You know, if there's a storm coming, you know, secure your carts and debris before the storm. And please don't cut down any limbs at the last minute, because if it's the day of the storm, it's too late. We only pick up material in the regular collection times. And if conditions change unexpectedly, you know, pull your cart back. You may have set it out in the morning and then things change, but you'll have to keep an eye on it. So we ask people to listen to the media sources for information, but planning ahead is always helpful when we're in this time of year. With that, again, I'm David Gregory. I'm the Solid Waste Division Manager, and on the line with me are a couple folks from our customer service team who are happy to help answer any questions. And with that, I'll stop talking and do some listening.
Okay. Awesome presentation. Awesome presentation. You gave so much information. You could take your stop the sharing screen down, David. A lot of great information. So I know we have questions. I noticed your staff was answering questions as they was being placed in the chat. We got people online watching on Facebook. I'm sort of monitoring the Facebook page. So those that's watching by Facebook, if you have any question, put them in the comment section. And I'll be able to ask David your question. So those that's here, if you have questions, raise your hand and I'll be able to entertain you as you raise your hand. I see a couple of hands up. I see Dr. Nichols' hand up. I see Rosalind hand up. So I see Noah Martin hand up now. So I'm going to take those 3 questions and then we move on to the next couple of people. So Dr. Nichols, I saw your hand first, then Rosalind, and then Noah Martin. And be mindful that there's others on the line that has questions as well. So just be mindful of the length of your question and we'll take it from there, Dr. Nichols.
Yes, thank you, Madam Rump. My question, Gregory, is basically great information, great presentation. How are we getting the information out to the public other than these types of venues? What you mentioned media resources. Are we using Resource TV, Orange TV, Action News, etc.? Because that's a lot of information, and I appreciate it. And the more we hear it and see it and know it, the better we're going to become at doing what needs to be done correctly.
And we have a communications team that works with us here at Utilities, and they make use of Facebook posts, and I know they're beginning to use the the Nextdoor app. Of course, we mail out to each of our residents, everyone who is one of our customers. We send out a mailer 3 times a year that always trying to hit on what we think are the topics. The important topics. So we use the US mail a lot. So we send out that mailer. We have a website, and on our website, we actually have a neat thing called the What Goes Where app. So that if you have a question about what do I do with a television, what do I do with a aluminum can, each of those, you can go right to our website and find it. But we try to use social media. We try to use again, often given have the opportunity to speak to the news media, and again, try to use all of the different tools available to us. And one of the best ways is you folks telling your neighbors or sharing this information, or at least pointing them to our resources that we have available on the web and on the on telephone. So, we probably get, over 1,000 phone calls a week. People calling us and asking us questions. So, sometimes that one-on-one communication tends to be the best, but we try to use all the tools available to us.
We usually get about 2,000 calls a week, David.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rosalind.
Okay. Thank you very much for that presentation. I have 2 questions really. One is, can you tell me about ladders? I was going to put a ladder out, and I was told that it has to be broken down first before it can go out. And my second question is, do you all still come out to residents and talk to them about people leaving their garbage cans out forever? Do you still have that program?
To answer your second question first, is that's what our customer service folks do, is they talk to residents. And okay. We have had them look for folks that continue to leave their carts at the curb, and we do message them and try to leave a card, leave a message, talk to them individually. So yes, we do try. And if you got a neighbor that continues to leave their cart out, give us a call, and we'll put it on our list to go out and try to talk to them. Now, your ladder is a challenge, and the issue is you can only fit so much into a garbage truck, and so we do require the things to be cut down to size so that they can fit into the truck.
Okay.
For your ladder, if it is a small step ladder, 3 feet, that should be no problem at all. But you have to remember the width of the truck is not larger than 6 feet. So if it's less than 6 feet, it should be no problem at all.
Right, but it's a small ladder. But I was told that if the ladder is put out there and somebody goes on it and get injured, then I'm responsible. So this is why I was told you don't leave a ladder that is connected.
Oh, I see. Maybe was that a neighbor by chance that told you that, or was it one of the haulers?
It was left code enforcement.
Oh, okay. Well, we're solid waste. I'm not sure why code enforcement would say that. I mean, maybe they're just worried about the neighbors or the kids climbing on it. I can see that being something, but you can tape it together to make sure it doesn't get used and just leave it out. Put a sign on it, bulk pickup, and put it out on your bulk pickup day by no later than 6 a.m. And it should get picked up. And if you had any trouble at all, you can give us a call so we can further investigate.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Noah Martin.
Okay, yes. First of all, David, thank you for an awesome presentation. I learned a lot, especially with the batteries. I didn't know what to do with these rechargeables. I didn't know they were that dangerous. And my main question is, well, it's an observation. When I just moved into Country Run, I could see like a spotter team that comes out in the morning, the day of the garbage pickup, and then it seems like they decide what's going to get picked up or not. I don't see that team anymore. And also what I'm seeing is a lot of furniture, like people put furniture on the sidewalk and it sits there for weeks. Almost like nobody picks it up. So when you mentioned that, because I have 2 pieces of furniture in my home, which I'm afraid to put on the sidewalk because I don't think they're going to pick it up.
Yeah, they will pick it up, and we'll pick it up on the collection. From time to time, problems occur, and we know that. And but no, that we have once a week, the hauler, pursuant to their contract, is to pick up bulky items set at the curb. And again, if it's a piece of furniture, et cetera, all that, if it's put out at the curb, they can the hauler will pick it up once a week. And I don't know, Jackie or Alex, if either of you know the collection days for this area, but again, if you give us a call, I'm certain we can.
The regular collection is on Tuesdays, and then recyclers on Wednesdays.
It's bulky waste is usually the same day as your yard waste pickup.
As a yard.
Yes. So your second pickup, if it's Wednesday, then your bulk pickup day is going to be Wednesday as well.
Okay, so it's not with the regular; it's with the recycle.
Yes.
Day. Okay, I'm
your
glad
second day.
I thought it was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I also wanted to mention, as far as rechargeable batteries, there are a number of places that take back those rechargeable batteries, including Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those kind of stores. So you can always Google, recycle battery return, and there'll be a number of different locations that will accept those batteries.
Yeah, that's true, because I've been taking mine to Battery Plus out there in Ocoee, and they take those batteries.
Just don't put them in the recycle bin.
No.
Hey, David, someone on Facebook made a comment, says that they won't pick it up if it's on the sidewalk. It must be on the curb. Would you explain that? Because that's the second time that I've heard that they won't pick up some of these items if it's on the sidewalk. It must be on the curb.
Yes, and that can be tricky for the garbage collection man, as you can imagine. If someone has set it out and it's on the curb, then it's a signal. It's very deliberate that they want it to go away. But I have more than once in my career had the garbage man get in trouble, or the garbage person get in trouble for picking up stuff that people wanted to put out as a yard sale, or they wanted to sell. And so what we have is, somebody set up a table and chairs, and it's kind of a little bit on the driveway, and it's on the other side of the sidewalk. The garbage person thought it was theirs to pick up, and they put it in the truck, and then they get in trouble. And so they tend to be very cautious, and they try to be reasonable and try to think for people, but if it's at the curb and it's sitting right there on the curb, they should pick it up. And like I said, sometimes they may misunderstand, and that's why we have our customer service field reps that help smooth out these problems that arise.
And one last thing, then Noah, I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
David, that is a problem in this area with, and from my presentation with the county, with household items. Matter of fact, I was just riding through Meadowwoods for one purpose, and I saw household items sitting on now I'm not sure it was a curb or sidewalk, but it was sitting there. And I took pictures of it like I normally do, and I sent that to code enforcement. But your presentation tonight is saying there is a distinct difference between your job in solid waste and code enforcement job and code enforcement. So I know I and other members have been sending things to code enforcement when solid waste is not picking these things up. So we turn to code enforcement.
And I would say that and actually, I owe you a response from your presentation to the board that Jason Reynolds and I have been working on. So we want to follow up with you. So we definitely, I have an email ready to send. I didn't want to confuse you before this meeting, but the idea is, yeah, that we need to see what's going on in the community, because every neighborhood has different personalities and every neighborhood has different challenges. And so, if we can work with the customer service field reps who are there, to address when household items get put at the curb, if they're being set out for collection, it may take 2 weeks, but they should pick most of that up if it's so much. And I think sometimes it may be a misunderstanding on the part of the driver, or it may be some things we need to work closer with code enforcement. And that's something Jason Reynolds and I are committed to, is to try to work together. So there are some things in life that has easy answers and some things that don't. And unfortunately, sometimes this collection stuff has challenges and we just need to work our way through it. But we're committed to working through it.
For those that's watching on Facebook, I'm not sure if you can see the chat, but Solid Waste put in the chat, say code enforcement usually address the lot. Solid Waste address the road and the curb. So that's something that, okay. Any more comments or observation? Thank you all for watching on a Facebook Live, and I failed to tell people to share this presentation at the beginning because I knew it was going to be some good information. Thank you, Noel, for sharing. And you have a comment? Any more comments or questions?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm running blind when I'm dealing with stuff being picked up on the curb. I've called the department and told them what I had. And they said, yes, it will be picked up. I finally had to call 1-800-GOT-JUNK to come and get it, because it was just still sitting there. And it was, I don't know why they didn't pick it up. I mean, I know it may be too much to ask, but if they could say, okay, we didn't pick it up because, like a little tag saying we didn't pick it up because, because I don't know why they didn't pick it up.
And, they're supposed to do that. They're supposed to put a tag, but it comes down to the person driving the truck doing the job that they're supposed to do. Okay. And that becomes, again, our job of enforcing our contract against, our hauler, holding our hauler responsible to the contract. And at the same time, holding the resident responsible for the way the county code is written about collection. So I can't address any specific issues, not knowing all of the details, but yeah, sometimes people don't do the job they're supposed to. But again, that's what Alex and Jackie do, is make sure people do their job the right way.
Right. And we also listed our hotline number in the chat as well, and the solid.waste@ocfl.net. If you are having any issues with pickup, go ahead and send an email, and you can list your address as a subject line. And what we'll do is we'll look into it. We'll have someone, pass by, because we do have a field rep per each area. And, we can find out what's going on and get the problem solved, because we don't want you to have any issues with residential pickup. Okay.
Okay.
Another thing too.
Any more comments?
Madam Rump, I just had.
Okay, I'm gonna take a few more comments because we got another speaker that's coming on. Plus the sheriff department just dropped off. Are you still there?
Yeah, just one more thing, because I know, like, sometimes I don't know if Mr. Martin's referring, because we come across a lot of move-out piles, and to the neighbor, it looks like we're not servicing it. But sometimes a move-out pile, it does take, depending on how many items are out there, it will take more than one collection day to get it cleared. So I don't know if that's some of the issues that you see as well.
I have a quick question.
Who's that?
This is me, Ms. Richardson.
Okay, then Dr. Nichols, we'll come back to you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, quick question is that what happened is that I see, people do their yard waste and it's a little pile and no one picks it up because the person has not bundled it correctly or whatever the reason. And yet after a while, grass grows on it and it becomes a mess. Who is responsible for such things? Because I know the homeowner should be, but who make them enforce them and say, hey, you didn't bundle it right. Now we got, and especially when you go up and down Powers Drive, you see all these little bundles of yard waste, limbs and stuff. They then cut from the backyard, they put it out that side of the road. Weeks and weeks goes by, the people that comes along that cleans the side of the road, they don't bother it, they leave it there. And then the grass and stuff grows up around it. Who can we call to get help with that?
Well, the resident is responsible for that.
Yeah, I know.
They're responsible for putting it out and what we'll do is, we tend to have pretty good results in just reminding folks and helping them pick it up. But if you call the customer service line, our customer service field rep will go out there, investigate, and try to contact the resident and make efforts to try to get them into compliance so the material can get picked up.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm gonna say Dr. Nichols, then we need to move on. Like I say, we got the sheriff on the line and we got our next speaker coming up, Dr. Nichols.
Okay, thank you, Madam Rump. And just basically, again, I just wanted to reiterate, going back to my first comment, is that the more we know, there's so many new residents moving into the Pine Hills area daily, and then there are generational families living. So we have that. And we just, more they see and hear, and people, unfortunately, we read just this much. If we can see it and hear it, radio, television, what have you, I think that it will hopefully get better. And then also on the reporting, is that once we report it, are we anonymously reporting it, or is it public information? Because we know that that's a new thing.
We are not an enforcement agency. We are a service agency, so that we don't have enforcement powers. So if someone wants to let us know of something that we need to help solve, you can let us know. We're not an enforcement agency.
Thank you.
I know many people are, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for letting us talk about solid waste today. And the challenge, as you mentioned, is people have no interest in learning how to deal with something until it's right in front of them. They have to do it. Otherwise, they have no reason to try to figure out what to do with a big pile of yard waste. So again, repetition and trying to make ourselves available, and even be here today, share the messages is the best we can. But your point is very well taken. That's why we do try to reach out multiple times in a year. And who would have thought talking trash would be so much fun, right?
Funny.
That's a slogan, yes. Thank you so much. I know we've been talking about this probably since June and trying to work our schedule together to come out, and you was able to work this out for us in September. Again, y'all got to come back again. Maybe every 6 months, I don't know. Once a year it's not going to do it. Every 6 months, put some billboards up in Pine Hills or something. Invest in that way. Put some billboards up in this area and talk about solid waste and talk about the trash, what goes where, in order to get the message out, because it's a lot, like we've all said. Thank you, staff, Alex and David and Jacqueline. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got two more. Marcus, I know you up next, but the sheriff department is on. Let me get the sheriff update, his report, and then Marcus, I come to you and do your presentation. Thank you for waiting, Marcus. Sheriff, you're on.
Hey, good evening. Is Captain Ela on? If not, I'll take over and I'm ready to do that.
Okay.
So Ms. Rump, it's great to see you tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Good news for our statistics. We look at our statistical report. So we look at crimes year to date, the Pine Hills. So when I say Pine Hills, there are 3 reporting districts north of Silver Star Road and 3 reporting districts south of Silver Star Road that combines our statistical area we call Pine Hills. So year to date, we are down 27%. So that's absolutely fantastic. We are up. We also look on a 3-week period. So we're up slightly in there in our 3-week period. So I'm going to leave you with this. Please make sure you lock your doors and don't leave your car running. That's the big thing. The uptick, we had a small increase in auto theft and residential burglary. So please lock those doors and don't leave your car running. Whether you go in the grocery store, whether you go in the convenience store, or whether you drop your children or grandchildren off at the daycare. They know that your car is left running there because it's hot out, and you'll come back outside and it'll be gone. So very, very important message, locking your cars. So those are stats for the moment here. So thank you, Ms. Rump. And Ms. Rump, also, you contacted me with a particular concern.
Yes.
And we've got our specialty units addressing that. They rotate through. So I know some of y'all are familiar with the COPS squads. Those are the community-oriented policing squad. They rotate through this location. It's sort of a known location of bad behavior. So they rotate through and give appropriate attention to the people hanging out underneath that tree. So they give appropriate on that. Also, I'm working with Mr. Sam Weekly from the NID, and the NID, the Neighborhood Improvement District, is trying to contact and work with the owner of the property, which is not the gas station, but the actual shopping center, the owner of the shopping center, the manager of the shopping center, to influence them that it's time for the tree to be cut down and let the sun shine through.
All right.
So once that happens, we can work through the NID to do that, or I can work through nuisance abatement to encourage them that it's time to cut the tree down. So for those who know about the tree, that's the tree.
Fantastic.
That's our update.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's good news.
Mr. Anthony has his hand up. Anthony Williams.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President. I do have a question for the Orange County representative. Is there a particular area that these house burglaries or car thefts are happening at? Is there a pattern or anything that the actual criminal activity is taking place in? Any certain area or anything?
Let's see. I'm looking at stats now as I stare at the screen. Our residential burglaries, a small uptick. Like I said, when we're talking previous crime reporting period 2, this crime reporting 4. So it's not tremendous numbers, but we do see a small increase in residential burglaries. And those are the subdivisions on the north side of Silver Star. And also we have a increase of 3 over 1, and that's on the south side of Silver Star in our subdivisions there. So those are residential burglaries. And remember, residential burglaries historically are daytime burglaries. So people go to work, they leave their homes and come back in the afternoon. So the pattern or trend would be historically daytime on the residential burglaries. Our other slight increase, let's see if I can see those right quick, were our auto thefts. Again, not tremendous numbers, but we're up by 4, and that comprises 6 total districts, reporting districts. We've got 10 this time. We had 6 last time. No single district is really, well, we've got one that had 4 this time, had 1 last time. So on auto thefts, those are normally nighttime, late nighttime. I can say historically, looking at the past several years, people leave their cars or their keys in their car. Do not do that. That makes it easy. Leaving those cars out there and they get picked up pretty quick. So those traditionally are nighttime. If it's at nighttime, if not, they're left running at the convenience stores, at the daycares, or at the grocery store.
Okay. Thank you, Captain Carter. Thank
you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for addressing what you and I talked about today.
Yes, that's an ongoing project, and I will keep you up to date. It will take some time, but I'm working with the NID. And if that doesn't work, I've got some other things in my pocket that we can apply appropriate pressure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on. We're a little behind schedule, but we're doing good. We have another guest with us tonight, Marcus. Marcus with community paramedic. Marcus, you're up. You're on. Introduce yourself.
Awesome. Hey, thank you very much. My name is Marcus Prevost, Chief Paramedic with Caramedics. I'm going to see if
Marcus, do we get to see your face?
Yeah.
Not right now. Unfortunately, I'm in my daughter's nursery. So my office has just been converted to a nursery.
No problem, Marcus. But go ahead on.
I actually sent you the slides, updated slides for the PowerPoint that I have.
Marcus, how did you send that to me?
Via email. I was trying to see if I could share, but it looks like it's disabled. So
hold on. Let me give you the share responsibility here.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I already have it up and ready to go.
So, okay, Marcus, let's do this here. I'm going to make you a co-host.
Sounds good.
Perfect. We are good to go.
Awesome.
You are co-host, Marcus.
Thank you very much. You should be able to see the slide right now.
There we go. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So like I mentioned, my name is Marcus Prevost, Chief Paramedic with Caramedics. Through the Health Council of East Central Florida, they've provided a paramedicine program for the residents of Pine Hills. So this will be Jonathan. He's one of our part-time paramedics that's going to be able to come out and visit individuals in the community. What they'll need to be is Pine Hills residents, obviously. What they need to do is just ask their physicians to order a home paramedic chronic health condition support. From there, Jonathan will call these individuals, make house visits with the individuals' chronic disease management and self-care education. Once we get them in our program, we are trying to, get our individuals to a point where they understand their chronic disease management or their chronic diseases and able to manage them as well. So once we get them to a point, we'll get them graduated from our program. Hopefully in that time that they're in our program, we'll avoid any ER visits and any hospital stays as well. So community paramedicine is not like regular EMS. We don't have any ambulance. We don't transport. And obviously, like I mentioned, there's no charge on this one. Jonathan aims to keep the residents of Pine Hills happy and healthy and at home. So if you see on my slide right here, we have two different approaches. You have the EMS approach and then the paramedics approach. EMS, obviously, you have your emergency dispatch, triage, treat, and then transport these patients. These are ones with acute and episodic care when they're sick or injured. Our approach is a little different, obviously. We're more focused on preventative chronic care and trying to see how we can keep people to stay well as well. So as I mentioned, to start off, we'll get doctor's referrals for these patients. From there, once again, Jonathan will schedule that appointment to come to the home to visit the patient, managing chronic health over time. And then during that time that we're there, we're providing self-education as well, self-care education. So, when we go into the home, we're assessing the residents and the environment. We'll do vital signs, chronic disease, health conditions or management, medication reconciliation, do depression checks, all risks. We'll do pantry checks for those who are food insecurity, have food insecurities, or checking other contents as well, whether that be they're on any diet restrictions. We do check smoke detectors and air conditioning filters as well. So, let's see. So as I mentioned, this is covered by the Health Council of East Central Florida, so there is no cost to the residents of Pine Hills or their physicians. Right now we're going, it's the pilot for it. We're starting out with part-time, which is Jonathan, hopefully adding another part-time so we can definitely have more of a presence out in Pine Hills as well. This is just some comments and testimonials from some physicians and patients as well, and that has been our programs. So I'll just leave that up for a second for you all to read. As I mentioned this as well, we're trying to keep these individuals happy, healthy, and at home, trying to avoid ER visits and hospital stays. So being able to go out and visit with the patients throughout the week, we can try to catch anything early so they don't have to have that ER visit or that hospital stay. And then I'll leave this one up. If you have any questions about the program, you can feel free to reach out to me. This is my contact information. This is a good contact number, 321-285-2129, or email cmedicfla@gmail.com. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer anything.
So Marcus, I do have a question. I don't know if anybody hands up. I do have a question. So, okay, does this replace the doctor visit? No?
No, it does not. So what we are an extension of the physicians. So we know going out and from doing this since 2017 as well, is that sometimes there's times where patients just can't get to their providers to see them, whether they don't have the transportation, whether they don't have the the money for cost for the visit as well. So being able to go out and see the patients for their providers and then respond or give documentation back to the providers, letting them know how they're doing. This is what we're doing. This is an extension, the eyes and ears of the physician in the patient's home.
I got you. You can stop sharing your screen. Okay, very good. I understand.
His phone number. I need his phone number.
Okay, my bad. Go back, Jonathan. What's the number? It's
321-285-2129.
321-285-2129. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Do I see any hands?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes, Rosalind.
I'm trying to understand how I didn't get it clearly. How your services are being paid for?
So it's being covered by the Health Council of East Central Florida. The Health Council of East Central Florida is a nonprofit local health planning agency. So they do the health planning for Central Florida. I want to say there's 12 counties within Central Florida that they do the health planning for. So this is what's funding the program. So there's no cost to any of the physicians or any of the residents in Pine Hills.
So where do they get their funding from?
It's a grant, Rosalind.
Yeah, from the state.
It's a grant.
Okay. Thank you.
My quick question is that this is for, make me sure I'm understanding, that patients, if I know someone who has diabetes and they need assistance and so forth, but I cannot recommend. So what we have to do, from my understanding, is that we have to get that patient's doctor to recommend you to come to their house.
So what we can do is you can refer that patient to us. We'll talk with the patient and have their provider, give the referral, because once again, we're not free agencies or anything or freelancing. We're working with the providers with seeing their patients. So that extra eyes and ears for those ones who need a little extra assistance, trying to figure out resources as well, and then also education for those patients.
Okay. All right. So the thing is to call you. Okay. All right.
So I think that will address Ms. Carolyn's question in the chat, which says, which doctors are involved and can I get my physician involved? Mm-hmm. And Carolyn, I think he just answered that question, that you need to call him and then he will make.
Definitely call me and I can point out any questions that are any extra questions. It doesn't have to be your primary care. It could be your specialist. We are working with CHF clinic as well. So if you have a cardiologist that just wants you to kind of have a little bit more support, as long as we're reporting back that physician on that condition, we have no problem seeing you for any provider.
I see Noah Martin hand is up. Noah.
Yeah, is there a website, Marcus?
Yeah, so it's caramedics.org. So CARE-medics, MEDIX.org.
Okay, thank you.
So how long is this program for? Is this a year, 2 years, or how long is this program in the Pine Hills area?
So right now the pilot is for a year right now.
Okay.
So from there, we'll, at the end of the year, we'll kind of go back and see if the Health Council is able to get more funding for this program, and try to see how we can keep out in the community as well.
So you guys said it's a young man that's coming around to see it. I forgot his name when we started off. So is he a certified nurse? He's an LPN. What is his qualification?
We are paramedics. Okay. So we are coming out, and Jonathan actually works for Orange County Fire Rescue. That's his full-time job. He moonlights with us, and he lives in the north region of Pine Hills as well. So he knows the area.
Okay. So paramedics. All right.
And thank you, paramedics, for being a member of the council. And I see some of the other council's partners. Okay, no, I see some of the other council partners that's on the line too. And thank you all for being a member of the council as well. Noah Martin, you have another question?
Real quick question. So you actually do have your own like ambulance and stuff?
So no, we do not have our ambulance. That's one of the things what I put up there. You know, we don't transport patients.
Okay.
We'll come in our cars that are marked. So like I mentioned, we want to be preventative. If we can get out there and see these individuals before they have any episodes, we can keep them out of the ER and keep them out of the hospitals. So being able to check on them weekly, we're able to get a bond with our patients and, go in and say, you look like you're not doing too well today. Let's get you seen by your provider, whoever it might be, or a little early on, so we can try to prevent them having to go into the emergency room or the hospital.
Now, is there an age limit as far as for your patients?
There is not an age limit.
Okay.
Very good. Good information tonight, people. Very good information tonight. Any more questions to Marcus? And we can move on to our last part of the agenda. Any more questions to Marcus?
No.
Thank you, Marcus. Tell Mr.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Tell Mr. Ken Peach, thank you for thinking about us in the council.
I will for sure. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to we're winding down to our committee reports. If there are any committees that want to report tonight or any of our partners, wait a minute. Before I do that, let me recognize again, Arthena. Arthena, do you have a comment from Representative Brown's office? Anything you want to say? Is there any other elected official on the line that want to represent their? Okay. So let's go to our committee's report, and then we'll hear from our partners. Any of the committee on the council want to report? We have several committees on the Pine Hills Community Council, and you do not need to be a member of the council to be a part of our committee. We need your hands, we need your thoughts, your ideas, we need your hands. We have several committees. We have the Education Committee, we have the Economic Development Committee, our Communication Committee. I could go on, different committee. We have the Beautification Committee, several committees here that will function in the council to make a difference in this Pine Hills area. Again, go to our website, and our website is pinehills.info, and check out what we have here as far as to offer as far as our committee is concerned. So any committee wants to report? Or any partners want to report?
Yeah.
Okay, Rosalind.
Okay, I just want to just update people on, I'm not sure if everybody knows that we are planning the Pine Hills Establishment Day Parade on December 11th. Pine Hills Community Council, Pine Hills Safe Neighborhood, Hiawatha Highlands, and several of these organizations are planning this parade. We have gotten so far, it's costing us $5,300 to close the road. We have gotten half of that money. We are still looking for sponsors. And we are also looking for businesses who can help us with water and food and snacks and all these different things, and people to walk in the parade. So if you know of anybody and if you want to be involved in the parade, please contact myself, Patricia, Dr. Nichols, Bertina, any one of us, so we can put you on the right track as to what needs to be done. Again, please contact us. Let us know. We want this to be a success. We want to showcase Pine Hills, all the positives of Pine Hills. So please, we are asking everyone to come forward and be involved to make this a great success. Thank you.
Ken? And then
I would like to remind people to march in the parade and be part of our parade is open to any group. And all you need to do is have 2 people to hold the banner, and the banner can be homemade, or you can go to a professional sign company. But this is a way of getting people to know that your organization is supporting Pine Hills, and you don't have to live in Pine Hills to support Pine Hills. So that's the first thing. Second thing is the NID newsletter has information about our meeting on Thursday. We are going to have the planning department there to talk about the plans that they have for Pine Hills. And I've sent questions related to as they're changing the zoning on that. And I think it's an important thing. If you want to be part of that meeting, just go to the newsletter for the NID. It has the instructions, or the simplest thing to do is dial 311 and ask for Allison Rice in the Neighborhood Service Division, and she'll send you the information so you can be on our webcam system, WebEx as they call it. So therefore you don't even have to leave your own house, and you can find out about all the different things that are happening in Pine Hills, about the parade. And for example, in the NID newsletter, we're getting a new development in the area of West Colonial Barnett Park. So there's new information coming out. So therefore, if you really want to know what's happening in Pine Hills, take a look at the newsletter and go to the the Midtown Press, where we have the Pine Hills Safe Neighborhood newsletter. So there's plenty of information out there. If you just push a button, use your computer, use the telephone, or pick up one of the Midtown presses. So therefore, you'll know what's happening in Pine Hills.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken. Dr. Nichols, I'm going to address a question that was in the chat, then I'll let you speak. Carolyn put in the chat, she says you talked about closing the roads for the parade. And yes, Carolyn, we're, as a part of our route for the parade on December the 11th, we're looking at closing part of Pine Hills Road. And in order to do that, we need Orange County Sheriff Department involved, and we need the Orange County Fire Department involved, and there's other logistics that's involved. So it costs to get those staff on board and working to make sure that we have those roads properly closed for safety and the security of those that's in the parade and for those that's watching the parade. So there's a fee for that. Dr. Nichols.
Thank you, Patricia. And I am going to keep mine to 2 minutes. I'm so excited about the opportunity to share. We have been working on, the Pine Hills Community Council has been working on a anti-litter and beautification coloring and activities book. And we are almost at the cusp of right now that coloring book is in the process of the final drafts as of today. And it is going to be called Lucky's Anti-Litter and Beautification Pickup and Cleanup Activity and Coloring Book. And our goal is to hopefully, as we heard from the Orange County Solid Waste Division and Gregory and his team, is to get out there and visit schools, public and or private or any entity, and share what littering is, the definition, what it looks like, what we see, and hopefully change the perception and the behavior of individuals related to littering and recycling, et cetera. So we're so excited about that. And hopefully at our national night out in October. That's our big launch. We have a large group that's going to be hopefully working to help us with that.
Thank you, Dr. Nichols. I want to go here right quick, because I want people to, can you see the screen?
No.
No?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. This is our website. And I'm asking that you go to our website at pinehills.info and take a look at the website. Scroll through here. These are different committees here. So if you haven't had a chance to go through our website, please do that. These are committees here that you have an opportunity to be a part of the committee to help shape the Pine Hills like you want to see it shaped and how you want to see Pine Hills grow. So take this moment, you can sign up for the committee here. After this meeting, take the opportunity to go to our website and see what we have to offer you on this website. And like Dr. Nichols said, I'm excited too about launching that coloring book. National Night Out is coming up October the 5th. That's the first Tuesday in October, which is our normally council meeting, but we also participate with Orange County Sheriff Department with National Night Out. We're planning a block party on a Silver Star Road. More information to come as far as National Night Out. Ms. Roslyn has already told you about the parade on December the 11th. The conference, Orange County put on every year a community conference, an excellent community conference. If you want to know more about how to improve things in your community, not only improve things in your community, but know about grant funds that's available. Dr. Nichols could tell you firsthand, her subdivision got a $10,000 grant, beautiful entryway signs in her subdivision. Several other, Rosalind, her subdivision got a grant from the Orange County Neighborhood Services Program Grant Department. There's money there in Orange County that want to help us improve our community. So what I'm getting at, they're having a conference, October the 11th. It's every year. Last year it was virtual because of the pandemic, but this year the conference is going to be live. It's only, I think it's $15 registration fee. The seating will be limited because of the spacing and social distance and the COVID. So please go on Orange County website and put in their community conference and sign up for the community conference to have workshops that can help you navigate and improve your community. And the last thing I want to say as far as announcement concern is that there's 2 job fairs tomorrow. There's one going to be at the Central Florida Fairground. They call the Governor Job Fair. It's going to be from 12 to 4. Come ready, dressed with your resume, prepared to talk to interviews and people that's going to hire you on the spot. And I think there's also, it was today. I think the other job fair was today with the Amway. So that was a little late. But that's all my announcements. Does anyone have any more announcements? We got about 6 minutes before 8 o'clock. Any other partners, Dr. Idler is a partner, and I can't think of her name. Galian, one of our partners. Melissa, our partners. Do anybody want to say anything? Myra, any of the partners want to embrace families? Any of the partners want to comment? Noah, anybody? Rosemarie with Robbinswood, anybody? We can sign out tonight. It's really been a great meeting.
And that's what I was going to say. Information was very good. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Speaking of that, if a couple of you all would do a testimony, send me an email of a testimony as to why you're a member of the council. I've heard good feedback about, you said in one-on-one to me, but send us an email at info@pinehills.info, a testimony as to why you're a member of the council. So we can share that on our website to encourage other ones to become a member of the council. We know the benefits, but let's share. Like you see, like when you go to the store, my sister called me every Monday or Wednesday when there's a sale at these stores, Walmart, a Winn-Dixie, or Publix. She called me, tell me about these sales. Tell us about why you're part of the council, please. So with that being said, I've talked enough tonight. Anybody else want to comment? So, okay. All minds are clear. I see you.
Very good meeting.
Okay. I see y'all next time. Thank you. You have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Bye-bye.